what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Uncanny X-Men Vintage Collection Spiral. I'm actually pretty excited for this figure, even though I liked the first Spiral, and then watching the X-Men animated series with my daughter has been a lot of fun. She really likes Spiral a lot, especially her magic dance, and my kid impersonating it. It's so cute. Anyway, you can see some nice looking artwork on the front, and it says Sorceress Swords in multiple languages. You can see the other characters from the wave on the top left corner over there, and then on the back of the packaging you can see the other figures from the wave. Then you get the blueprint image of Spiral, and then there's a read-up over there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Get to it and crack this thing open, but first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is Spiral out of the packaging, and I must say the figure looks fantastic. I mean, if you'd already seen my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2022 video, you'll know I already like the figure. But how much better is it than the first one, right? I wasn't really hoping for much with this figure, but oh man, it's kind of delivering more than I expected, especially with the accessories. So let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Spiral. So I really like the accessories that we have over here, yet at the same time, my biggest complaint is I wish we had more hands. Yeah, we do get an extra wide open hand and an extra fisted hand, but aside from that, all of the other hands are weapon holding hands. And we have these cool swords over here, which I really like. The wrap right over here looks great. I like that we get two different colors of brown. The silver paint is very vibrant on all of these, so I'm happy with these swords. We've seen them before. They look fantastic. You get 4 of them, and then you get one of these that we've seen before. I mean, all of these swords are not new. Like, we've seen them all at one point or another. So she has more of her like magic type of sword right over here, and then we have the Angela looking sword, which is my least favorite of the bunch. If they'd thrown in one of these older ones, that would have been cool too, because she does have different types of swords. I did find several images of her having weapons that do look like this. And just to look at a couple of the hands really quick, they did get the number of fingers down on all of these, so I like that. And aside from this wide open hand, which, yeah, I'd like to have more of these so that I can get her into more dancing poses, you know what I mean? And I did use the Zero portal, you know, just to take a picture. I thought it looked cool. But yeah, here's the fist right here for the cybernetic arm, which has some great looking silver in that plastic. I like how that came out. And again, we get the 3 fingers. So I really like this head sculpt a lot. She does not have the removable helmet like the last one, but that's okay with me. I never had her displayed helmetless with the old one, so this is fine for me. I really like how the hair looks right here. The face paint looks fantastic. The lipstick looks good. And we have some nice eyelashes painted right there. I really like that a lot. And fortunately for me, I'm not getting crazy marbling in the helmet with this gunmetal gray plastic over here. I do like the blue paint right there. Again, the hair looks really good on this figure. And oh my goodness, I love these pinless double-jointed female elbows. Now, we did get double-jointed female elbows on the original version, so yeah, that's not really that weird. Oh, and I misplaced my first version, but I do want to do a head comparison, so once I find that, I'll just go ahead and throw in a picture, as you can see right over there. Nice metal paint right there, or silver paint anyway. Be careful when you're articulating the figure. She has these shoulder pads right here that can move around on you. So yeah, just be wary with that. And you can see that the yellow looks pretty solid right over there on the chest. I did get this weird thing right here on the side. It looks kind of, you know, chewed up and ugly right over there. On this side, it actually looks kind of fine under that bottom armpit. But man, I really like how these arms look. I love this arm right over here. Yeah, looks pretty good to me, man. I'm really happy with that. Silver paint apps look good throughout on the figure. When you get to the blue portions, it does look a little on the bland side. I like having that old school Toy Biz shadowing effect. Again, that's like one of the bigger complaints I'd love to see Hasbro come back with. The silver on the belt right here looks a little on the thin side. I wish they had a little bit more silver right there. Maybe some more paint on this belt, you know, get some brown wash on those buckles and stuff like that. And we've seen the torso part right over or the lower torso from Kate Bishop. I believe it's Kate Bishop, but it looks like it. I could be wrong though. And then you could see these thighs look really good with the pockets on there, and then nice wrinkles around the knees, nice pinless joints right there. The fur looks pretty good right here. Wish they added some paint to it though, and I wish they could rotate. They don't rotate right there. And then there's looking at the feet. She does have the heels, or the pumps anyway, and she has peg holes. I just wanted to get back to the armpit section over here so you could see how all three of these arms are conjoined into the middle right over here. I just think they did such a good job with this. Such a small amount of space and so much plastic. That is a lot of stuff going on right there. So I really do like the articulation for the most part. However, I wish they had a hinge joint instead of just the dumbbell joint. You can get her to barely look up, man. She's got a lot of hair back there, so I mean, that's me kind of moving the torso joints. She just looks forward. She doesn't look up. You can move her downward a little bit. You can get the head turning side to side. It does get a bit shaky with those shoulder pads. And again, you can move these around a little bit. I believe they connect up at the very top over here. Yeah, so they have these really small pins where they hang on to right over there. And then you have the shoulders right here for all three of them. They have the same amount of motion, so you can move them outward. You could rotate forward and back as much as you can without getting in the way. They all have a bicep swivel, and they have fantastic double jointed elbows, which can bend in all the way, which is just freaking awesome. Maybe if the figure is brand new and, you know, the environment's cold, you may want to heat it up first. But man, I love those double jointed elbows. You have the diaphragm joint right here, diaphragm pivot. She crunches forward a little bit, back. I wish they'd get a new ab crunch system right there. Legs can move outward that far. She can kick forward pretty high and back a little bit, upper thigh cut. We have these great pinless double jointed knees. And then you have ankles that can turn side to side. They will move down, they do move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot that does run into these cuffs a little bit, so just be careful when you're posing her around, but, you know, still, that ankle pivot looks pretty good to me. Now, to measure out this spiral figure, you can see that she is standing at about 6.5 inches tall. And then for a size comparison, we have Spiral next to Mojo and Long Shot from the PulseCon exclusive box set, which I still need to review. Let me know how bad you want me to review it. I mean, it's been out for a while, so maybe a fun video to watch regardless. Who knows? And then here's Spiral next to a couple Psylocke figures. Yeah, because I love this cover right over here. I had to compare her to two Psylocks. We have the Marvel Legends version and my preferred Mafex version, which, yeah, I had fun with these two a lot. I mean, these two are almost the same exact height, but yeah, these two really go well together. I enjoyed that. And then for a Spiral comparison, we have our original Hasbro Spiral figure, I think from the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure wave, and then we have this new retro version, which is just much better, man. It's a larger figure, more in proportion with other Marvel Legends figures. You don't have the removable helmet, but still, I don't really care. I mean, this feature is just not going to win me over having that one right there. You know what I mean? It's just a much better figure through and through. I love the gunmetal gray that we're getting on the cybernetic arm right there, as opposed to the more flatter gray. Looks like we have more paint detail on the boots right over here. This figure does not have ankle pivot. Also, the lower torso has not held up. You can see some severe discoloration right over there from her being on display. I mean, so I'll keep this as maybe my Freedom Force version, even though she didn't really look like that, but yeah. And I am thinking about actually taking the sheath off of this one and giving it to this one right over here. You know what I mean? She usually did have a sheath around her hip, right? That's pretty cool, right? I don't know, it's not bad, but you know, if you wanted to add that onto your retro carded version, that could work out for you, possibly. I don't know, I kind of like it. Then for a 6-arm figure comparison, we have the Spiral figure next to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 6-arm Spider-Man figure. We do need a redone version of this. Oh, and Hasbro needs to make a man spider. Come on, Hasbro, get to it, huh? Chop, chop. Then here's Spiral next to the only other two vintage collection or retro card X-Men Wave figures I reviewed so far. We have the Training Suit Wolverine and we have Multiple Man. Which one would you like me to review next from this set? I'm actually going to review Ulik next, and then maybe a Disney Plus Marvel Legends figure, and then maybe come back to this wave. And then here's Spiral next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, you look pretty. Wow, I've never seen that before. Wow, you got multiple arms? Jeez. Hold on a second, you give me an idea. Get back here. Yeah. All right, yeah, you too. Possibilities. Just saying. Lots of possibilities. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And this figure was a lot of fun. Again, I'm sorry for the late review, but I really enjoyed this figure, and I am working at catching up on the videos and stuff like that. But yeah, an immaculate figure. You guys already knew before watching the video, or you probably knew that I was going to love it. I think it's a fantastic piece. My gripes with it are quite minimal. As always, I do prefer to have more paint applications on my figures. So yeah, having more paint apps on Spiral, that would have been nice. Having more interchangeable hands, that would have been really cool. A whole bunch of wide open hands and fisted hands to go with her would have been really awesome to have. So that's really my biggest gripe with this figure. But to be honest with you, I'm actually mostly really impressed with it. I really like the articulation a lot. Hasbro needs to develop a good ab crunch for their female figures. That would be nice to have. But, I mean, still, the arms, man, it's really all about the arms. And she has ankle pivot, which I never had on a Spiral figure before, so that makes me happy. I don't like how the price is kind of high, you know what I mean? That doesn't make me happy, because it inches closer to the $30 mark for the figure, so that does bum me out a bit. But still, I do like the figure, but the price point I don't like. So at around 27 bucks, I'm going to give this Spiral figure a Sud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think, so let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. Next week, we're going to do some Star Wars stuff, so stay tuned for that. And if not, I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.